The Chicago Bulls get a surprise victory, beating the Toronto Raptors 125 to 115 in an overtime win that honestly I did not see coming. This team is the definition of fun bad. You never know if they're going to win, lose, look amazing, not look good at all. This is just one of those things that you can't prepare for. But what we can prepare for is the future of this team with Josh Giddey and these new players that we've added in Herter and Collins. Honestly, I think there's a chance they make a big impact on this team. We'll talk about that as well as Modest Buzelis and more. But first, you got to hear the intro.
Give me the hot sauce! Give me the hot sauce, Bob! Woo! Let me step back and kiss myself! MVP!
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league?
Big-time players make big-time plays! I want to go higher! Oh, my goodness!
Welcome to the Let's Talk Bulls podcast.
What is up, Bulls Nation? Welcome back to Let's Talk Bulls, your number one Bulls podcast in Chicago. My name is Quentin. I'm your host, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you're notified when I drop more of these videos. We are back. Life has been lifing, but I'm here to give you the Bulls content that you all want. And today we're going to talk about this team and what they're doing. Because honestly, this is one of those games where you're kind of happy for what you saw, but also kind of mad that we won another game and we somehow are still doing better than we think we're supposed to if we're trying to tank. But all that aside, let's talk about this game. The Bulls pretty much were not leading this game the entire game. We were down most of it. We had a very hard time coming back and getting the score under 10 for almost the entire time. But the Bulls kept fighting. And that's something we're starting to see with this roster, is they have heart. They're trying to make sure they stay in games, and they are fighting to the end. And that's something you have to love as a Bulls fan. Because honestly, there have been times with this team when we've had other players where we kind of don't know if we care at all. Sometimes it really made you angry and want to turn off the TV because they were just that bad and had that little effort. But for now, we might try to fight and be scrappy in every single game going forward. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's hard to tell, especially with us not knowing what this team wants. We talk about wanting a good draft pick. We talk about having a chance of getting more young talent. But then again, we're winning games. And it's starting to look like these young players, as well as the new additions, are starting to gel. They're learning how to play together, and they're starting a new culture for this team. And that is pass the ball. Get your teammates shots. That's what you got to do. You see it with Giddey. You see it with Lonzo. Coby starting to do it. And now Herter also is showing he can pass. Zach Collins can pass as a big man. And this is something that I'm loving each and every game. I love that this team is moving without the ball. They're active. They're looking for each other. And the entire bench is celebrating. It's not just Javon Carter now standing up every time we hit a three. Everyone on this team looks like they're happy and they have some type of goal going forward. And that's what you want to see. Yes, I want to see us lose more, but I also want to see us play in a way that shows me that this team has a good future. So the first thing we're going to talk about as far as the future of this team is Modest. Modest Buzelis is just has the confidence that you need in your star. Right? He's going to be a star for this team. They're priming him to be the star for this team. And in this game, he didn't do the best, but he still tried 4 for 8 from the field. He shot 50%. And honestly, he didn't make a three-point shot at all. Not one at all. But he had 10 points. 3 turnovers with those 10 points, but he also had 3 assists and 4 rebounds. He was really trying to move the ball, and that's something that our AK was talking about. He wants Modest to start playing more aggressively and also dribbling. He wants him to move and have the ball in his hand, and that's something we're starting to see. They're starting to play him minutes, and he's starting to show that he can run the offense as well. And I think that's going to be the next step to his game. But Modest didn't have the best game. That's going to move us on to another person who I think is going to be a great person for the future of this team. And also someone who has been getting a lot of slack. Or not slack, but shit being talked about him for a while now, and that's Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey has been having Bulls fans going after him since he was traded to this team, and this last stretch has shown what he can be. Josh Giddey tonight was 7 for 17 from the field. He's trying to score. On top of that, he was 2 for 6 from the three-point line, 19 points. He had 1 block, 1 steal, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. Once again, he almost had a triple-double. This is becoming a norm, and it's starting to be what you expect from Josh Giddey game in and game out. Not just the assist, not just the rebounds because he is a taller guard, but now he's looking for his shot and he's shooting the ball with confidence from 3, attacking down towards the rim, even with that ugly ass spin that he has. This is what you want to see. And this is also a thing that he might make the money he wants next season. Because if he keeps playing like this, if he keeps putting up numbers like this at this percentage, it's going to be hard not to give him the money he's asking for. I definitely think Booz Ellis and Giddey going forward have to be on this team. You can see what they can be. You can see what they can do. They're getting their teammates involved. They're actively looking for their shot. And it's starting to add a lot to the charisma of the Bulls going forward. Now, another person we're going to talk about who wants to stay in this team, Lonzo Ball. He's still kicking. Lonzo Ball, 5 for 13 from the field, 14 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He did his thing, a couple late clutch threes in this game. And that's a big thing that you're starting to see. Not only is this team passing, not only are they fighting to the end, they're starting to actually look like they're not afraid of big moments. Coby White, not afraid. Modest Buzelis, not afraid. Lonzo Ball, not afraid. Josh Giddey over here driving at the attack at the rim. This is what you want to see. A young, aggressive team who are all looking to not just play, but to win. They're all okay being the guy who takes that shot. And that's something that is hard to find in the league, is a team of people who have the gall, who have the responsibility ingrained in them that they think that they should be doing these things in late game moments. The Bulls played okay. They didn't play the best, but they got the victory because they didn't give up. This is the type of game that honestly you love to see. You also kind of wish that they would lose in the end sometimes because you want that draft pick, but it's hard to ever be angry at a Bulls win. And that moves me to Ayo Dosunmu coming back. He's been injured. He looked like he's still slightly injured. He did a lot of good things this game. But if I'm being real, it scares me how he looked. It looked like he was really struggling with his arm. It looked like he probably shouldn't have been in this game at certain points, but he stuck it out. He's from Chicago. He's got the grit, and he fought. That is something that you love from Ayo Dosunmu. He's always going to try to be on the court. He's always going to try to make good movements, good decisions, and a clutch steal towards the end of this game really helped the Bulls get the victory. Now, that's going to take me to a couple people I want to talk about. And that's the people we've added to this team who've made a big impact. The first person that we're going to talk about, honestly, is going to be Zach Collins. Zach Collins might be the biggest surprise I've seen out of our trades. I knew Zach Collins could play, but I did not expect Zach Collins to play like this. This man is showing that he is a legitimate center. Ever since I've seen him play the last couple games, I truly do not want Vooch to come back. Sit Vooch the rest of the season. Let Collins play and see what you have in him. Because honestly, he's looking like a starting center right now. Zach Collins in this game, 5 for 10 from the field, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, right, from your center. 5 for 6 from the free throw line. This is something that looks amazing. A center who's tall, athletic, gets down the court, can pass, can rebound, is aggressive. That is what we need on this team. And I've talked about it multiple times on this channel. We need an athletic big who can get down the floor, play defense, block shots, and do all of those grimy things and do it consistently. Zach Collins is somebody that I think needs to stay on this team. Now, will he continue to be our starting center? I think for right now, yes. I think at some point you move on and make him your backup and you find someone who's young, who's even more talented, because there are more talented centers in the league. But then you have a great bench sitter coming as well. And that is something that you can look forward to with this team. But Zach Collins is playing amazing with his minutes. And it's crazy to think. Stacey said it during the game. If we didn't have Vooch get injured, right? If Jalen Smith doesn't get injured, we might not have seen hardly any time from Zach Collins this entire season. We wouldn't even know he was capable of this because he would have just been deep on the bench, sitting in the doghouse where Billy sits people he doesn't want to play. And now we see that sometimes people just need an opportunity. That moves me to the next person who we added to this team. And I've been begging for a player like this on this team. Now, he may not be the perfect one that I want, but he is the style of shooter that I want. Kevin Huerter. Yes, some people don't like him. Some people do not believe in Kevin Huerter. And honestly, I wouldn't say he's going to be the future of the Bulls. I wouldn't say he's the greatest shooter ever. I wouldn't say that you can't find someone who can do the exact same thing he does. But the style in which he plays is something I have been begging for from this team. So Kevin Huerter, 4 for 10 from the field, 4 for 8 from the three-point line, 15 points. He only had 2 assists. But this is a guy whose entire role is to come off screens and shoot. Stand in the corner, shoot. Do not let people feel like they can leave you because you can be shooting the ball at any point. I love it. If you have been in this channel for a while, you know I've asked for someone to do this forever. I wanted Zach to be this on this team because I think Zach would have made an amazing catch and shoot player on this team. If he did what Herter did right now, Zach could be probably better than Klay Thompson ever was for the Warriors. But he will never play like that. So seeing the Bulls have a player like this really shows what a bona fide shooter can do for your team. Players cannot leave him. It's helping our offense. It's helping leave the lane open. It's helping us just do all of the things on offense that we need to. And it also helps us with our three-point shot. You got Herter, Lonzo, Coby in the game at the same time. And now it's very hard to leave that three-point line, which gives Zach Collins or it gives Julian Phillips or it gives whoever's in that paint more room. It gives Josh Giddey room to drive. Ayo Dosunmu room to drive. It helps your offense be smooth. Because if you have to decide between a driving Josh Giddey and leaving Kevin Huerter in the corner, you're probably going to pick Giddey. This team is showing what they can be. This is not the final product, right? This is not what they're going to be when they're a championship team. It's not going to be a playoff deep run team. But this is Frieza right now going through transformations. There's going to be a time where we continue to keep these players' style, but get better versions of them. And when that happens, this team is going to be scary. They are showing what it means to pass the ball and play as a team. The Bulls played amazing this game. They did all the things you want them to do. They passed the ball. They got each other involved. They didn't give up. They fought back. And Coby White stepped up. And that's the last person I'm going to talk about in this episode. Coby White did what you love to see, and that is he stopped being down on himself. He kept his mind in the game and he fought. Coby White, 8 for 19 from the field, 24 points, right? 24 points from Coby White, 4 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1 amazing three-point shot to tie this game. Getting fouled at the end of the fourth quarter while banging down a 3 and hitting your clutch free throws. That is what we need from Coby White. Be aggressive. Be confident. And most of all, get downhill. He is driving to the basket, and you saw that in overtime as well. He's not just settling. Excuse me. He's not just settling for the jump shot. He is trying to use his speed and attack. And when him and Ayo are attacking, when Josh Giddey's attacking, and we have Lonzo Herter shooting consistently, and you have Zach Collins setting amazing pick and roll screens, this team is something special. Are they a good team? No. Are they a championship or a contender or even a playoff team that can go far? No. But what if we said they're a fun bad team? A team that even if we lose most of the games, we will have fun watching them play. Up tempo style, passing to your teammates, moving without the ball, and giving us something to cheer for. So down below, comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. What do you think about this young Bulls team that is playing the way they're playing? And are you angry about them winning these games? Because honestly, I'm kind of not. Hope you guys enjoyed. We are back. We're going to start making these videos again. I hope you guys are ready to start going with this channel once again. We're going to be pushing towards 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for what you do. I'll see y'all next time. Peace, y'all.